this is the fiddly part to the job. I hate it when there's, you know, people sort of watching you and they're expecting you to do it fast. It's one of them jobs you just sort of gotta fiddle about with. Like that. That's it. That's all there is to it. And that'll keep most of the stack good. It doesn't have to look perfect or anything. It's literally, it's just to keep the straw a bit drier than leaving it out in the weather. Oh, I missed it. I didn't know you turned on. I just took a zap off the fencer. Oh, oh, the old man was checking the fences and the battery had died or something, so just swapped the battery over and got a wallop off the fencer as well. There's the cowslet, all looking really well. Right, we're going to go and catch up with the farmer now. Put our other battery on charge. They know if you as soon as that fencer went on, I don't know how they know, but they know, and they'll be out. They literally, yeah, they'll be out. Look at the grass. Look, we don't have to do nothing with this grass, just keep it topped. Grass for days. A few years ago we would bring bales up here to feed them and all the rest of it. Every year's different, but these are the oldest calves. Them calves, look at the calves, it's looking really well. The old man's out on his travels checking them. He comes here first, obviously. He checks the water, he checks the grass levels, he checks the fences where there are fences. So yeah, just one of those things. But yes, I haven't been zapped for a while. You'd have loved that. What are you doing there? Just levelling it off?
Yeah, knocking the top off, mate. We just want to get it level so it'll stand and take a bit of rain. Not the knobs down, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I need anything else, mate. I was thinking that perhaps we'd run the compressors over, but I don't think it's hardly worth it.
No.
I think I'll stand a bit of rain like that.
And then just drill straight into
And you don't want too much green here, mate.
No.
But if I'm coming out here spraying, it might as well be smooth. We've got to smooth it off anyway, so
yeah.
It might as well be smooth to go spraying.
And by the time we come to drill this, it should have broken down a bit more and it'll be ready to drill, yeah?
I'll weather that, mate.
Yeah. Let's see.
But you don't want this green bridge. After roads, you end up with a frick problem.
All right.
So I will only leave this now for that'll green up. You know, it looks brown today, but within 3 days that'll be greened up. I'll probably leave that till Wednesday.
Yeah.
See what it looks like Wednesday.
You won't spray it the day before you go drilling.
Yeah, I will do.
Well, you can.
Yeah, but you don't want this green bridge.
Oh, right.
You don't want these, mate. You want as long a time between. You want it brown as long as you can.
Yeah.
If we'd have had the time last week, mate, I'd have been here and sprayed this.
Right.
I'd have sprayed this 10 days ago, to be true.
And this should get it going again, shouldn't it? Anything that didn't chip will be...
what you'll get, it won't kill this. This rotator, yeah, that looks brown. I will absolutely guarantee that will be back up through the ground in 5 days. That it won't look like this again.
No.
But it'll look green.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. We'll spray it this time.
But you'll encourage more to grow, won't you?
Fritz in oats is a major problem. When you put your wheat in, you want a brown field, really, ideally, for a month, 5 weeks if you could. You won't get it because what are we date today? September the
12th? 13th?
13th?
Oh no, we're bloody hell, we're way ahead of that. 16th.
Right, so we're going to want to be drilling October the 9th and 10th. We're really in a fortnight. We could be, you know, I'd like to drill this October the 1st if we could.
Right.
But that won't happen.
No.
And not unless the weather changes drastically.
Yeah.
But if it's ideal in 3 weeks' time, we're going to want to be doing it. So that's why I don't want to leave it too long spraying these oats on.
No.
You know, I need it brown for as long as we can.
And oats do that weird thing where they don't let other crops grow with them, do they?
No.
So we want a good kill on them.
No, yeah, you know, we'll have a good kill, mate. I can't tell you it's going to be 1 day, 2 days or 3 days. We will be back in with the sprayer in a very, very short space of time.
And the oats have done surprisingly well this year, didn't they?
Yeah, fantastic. I was chuffed to bits, mate.
But at all farms, they did all right at all farms, didn't they?
Yeah, they're a better spring crop on it.
Even though the terrible
we've known that
spring
for a lot of
weather.
years. Yeah, the spring is rubbish, wasn't it, you know. But at home they were alright, and here they're alright. We've got away with these probably by the skin of our teeth with flat crop.
Yeah.
You know, we put a bit of growth regulator on them. Should we put a bit more on them? Yeah, possibly, but they are very, very sensitive, man. You've got to be a bit careful with the spring oats. But it's what you learn as you go along, and
yeah.
There's no issues. And that combine was good, mate. You know, that header, I can see that header, the 4.5 tilt on it, that's transformed it.
Yeah.
It's just a different machine. To what the, nothing wrong with the old combine, it was just that design of the header sat back a bit.
Yeah.
And David from Turner's reset that header this time.
Yeah.
And perfect. Mate,
you managed to get your flat corn as well as your...
I couldn't have asked him for any better. He set it up on the concrete and he was saying where it should be, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
And bloody hell, perfect. Absolutely brilliant.
Sweet.
And the other thing I found on it was the sensitivity button for the ride. And you know, I was just fiddling and I'd suss that. And once you got that, you know, there was no bouncing and doing about it, you know, rocking and rolling and
yeah.
So all a bit of a learning curve, but
yeah,
never told to learn, are you?
No.
It's alright, mate. Yeah, it's good. I'm chuffed. Yeah, no. The ocean things, you know, I'm hoping these go for a million. The only thing I was a little bit concerned about with these was the amount of rain we had and the stuff that was growing through.
Yeah.
You know, and I was going to come and spray them, and then it was just a case of, well, actually, every oat is fit. It's, you know, we just can't. If you could turn the tap off, great.
Yeah.
But no, and they cut fine. You know, we worked things round to get here at the right time, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know, with the sun shining and
yeah.
You know, it worked. You know, the minute the sun was out there, man, we were here cutting the laid stuff, and it worked a treat. It was really smashing.
Yeah.
But we weren't riding about too much, you know, with the combine. That was, I know we went and done a bit of barley and stuff like this at Horton just while it was wet, because it was going to be the least of any drying. You know, and they talked to that good swell coming, which,
yeah.
You know, so it worked nice. It was alright. The set aside I ain't so keen on, mate, but that's, you know, I get it. It's,
yeah.
There's no break crops. You know, that is. You look at what we did with beans here last year, and, you know, tons to the acre of beans. Okay, you can live with that if beans are at 270, 280, yeah, you can live with that. It ain't costing you too much. Good break crop, fantastic. But the way they set you back on black grass, you know,
yeah.
that just really and honestly is that unacceptable, mate.
No.
It's just costing you, because all it's doing then is it's costing you money instantly. You've got black grass back in here. You know, we see it in the week this year, and okay, it didn't impact on you too bad, but you don't want it, you've got to contend with it another year, and that's where this enhanced stubble will come in now.
Yeah. Can you clean fields up with enhanced stubble, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look at those that we're going on to next. You know, what we pulled up this time.
Yeah.
And you've got to do a bit of work to them. You ain't getting it for, you know, you're not getting it for nothing, mate.
Right.
By the time you've been and sprayed it, topped it.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, no, it's not for free, is it? No.
No, exactly that. And you could go out there with set this map, and you could get away with not topping.
Yeah.
Which is great. So long as it comes dry and all the residue becomes brittle, and we can get it through our drill.
Yeah.
And, you know, there'll be people with another drill that would say, well, actually, we're not bothered about that.
Yeah.
Go through our drill, no issues. So you might cut a pass out. But
Yeah.
for us, the one thing I've learned over the years, mate, is when it comes to drilling, you want it right.
Yeah.
Half grown, well grown, it is the same.
Yeah, everything we put in the
well
dry.
sown, half grown.
Yes. We had a nice spell last year where the wheat went in, didn't it? And it just stood everything. It stood the winter well, didn't it? You know, didn't lose much to it through water or anything, did you?
You can drill into trash. You can drill in. You know, you can get a drill. You can do whatever you want to do, mate. There's no right or wrong to it. All I'm saying is, for ourselves, the one thing I've learned over the years is keep it clean. You don't have your slug issues. You don't have patching issues. You don't have drill balling up in the drill, dragging for a yarn or two, and then you've got a bolt patch for it. So if you've got it clean, and the only way to get it clean is at the start. There's no point getting a load of muck and then thinking to yourself, well, I wish we'd done this, I wish we'd done that.
Yeah.
Right there with a topper, take you half a day, take you 15 gallon of fuel and a bit of time.
Yeah.
But you've got a clean start.
Yeah. What about you and Keithy said you'd see a lot of slugs in that enhanced stubble. Is that something to worry about now or not?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so in this dry.
Where do they go? Do they go somewhere else?
But I think the slug issue this year, Matt, is not particularly enhanced stubble. It's the fact that it's been so damn wet.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
right.
where your slugs are.
Ah, okay.
You know, it's been ideal for them.
Yeah. And once you know, we've obviously those fields have been turned around, they're bare like this. Do those slugs disappear, or they hide in somewhere?
Well, they go deeper.
Okay.
They just go underground, man. They go deeper.
So have we got to worry about them?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Right.
As long as we get a good sleep there.
Right.
You can cope with slug grazing.
Yeah.
Because you can put your pellets on, slug grazing. Yes, it's an issue, but it's nothing like the issue of grain hollowing. So if you've got them in a knobbly seed bed where they've gone in and they've hollowed the grain,
Oh, right, yeah.
then you're on a loser, because that is not going to grow. If you've just got slug grazing on the top, that's a different ball game. You can do something about that.
Right, okay, yeah.
You know, as a general rule, you can get corn to come back from slug grazing.
Right.
If they hollowed the grain out, you're on a loser completely. You've got to go and re-drill. That's your only options.
Yeah. That's had a hell of a lot come back, hasn't it? They've enhanced stubbles this year. You sprayed them, didn't you?
Yeah.
They've come all back again, then you've hit them again.
Yeah.
They've had a good...
And that's why I think with, you know, what you were saying about them others, they'll be fine, mate.
Yeah. I was worried they would go to seed before you were allowed to spray them.
Well, I don't think so.
No.
Well, time will tell, won't it?
Yeah.
And if it does, it's going to have all next summer to grow again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it will, Matt. But you can't do anything. So the rules are the rules. That's that's the rules, mate.
Yeah.
So you're governed by them.
Yeah.
And they look everything else. You'll learn with that a bit more as you go along.
Yeah.
You have got some, you know, for us old boys, there is, you know, as long as you're not a muppet, you've got to remember back to what set aside was, because we had that period of set aside. So, and there's very little difference in what we do with that than what was the traditional set aside.
Yeah.
So as long as you can remember that, you know, no issues. As for brake crops, mate, Christ knows where we're going. I seriously don't know. I don't think we're going to go back to oilseed.
You can't, it's too risky, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
The risk on that is massive, isn't it? If it was cheap seed, it'd be worth the punt on, wouldn't it? But it's not. It's massively expensive. How much did we throw away that year? 15 grand or something down the toilet, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on our own. Then we had gyms on top of that.
You can't do that year after year, can you?
No, I think our work there cost us like 40 grand or something.
not good.
We've had stranger things, mate. You know, you remember what we was talking about? I don't remember the year. Old Keith will remember the year. We planted all of our wheat, all of the rain. We drilled. I don't know. We got some spring crop in that year, but we drilled, for argument's sake, it would have been probably 800 acres, something like that we got in the ground. Barley, wheat, oilseed. We were able to slug pellet every day. Literally tons and tons and tons of slug pellets. And we lost everything, believe it or not, bar this field we're in.
Oh, right.
Literally, we had nothing growing. This was the one field of wheat that we had left. And we lost everything else. So come the spring, I think that was, I don't know when that was going into 2011 and 12, I can't really remember that. But, you know, but you'd had all the cost of your seed, all the cost of your work, and then you go back out there in the spring.
Doing it again.
But it didn't stop there because we're what we are, you know, it's like, yeah, we can go, let's get going. And then it came, it was all chitty, and it, you know, the drilling was good, there was no issues with that. We weren't particularly early, it was into probably like the first week of March, second week of March, something like that. Then let's get going, right, all chits. Then we had this period of 10 days of frost, and actually what it did, it killed it all again. So we ended up re-drilling. We didn't end up re-drilling everything, but we ended up re-drilling a lot of it for the third time.
Oh man.
So that's, you know, so you've had years. You just have to remember that, you know, it ain't all doom and gloom, if you know what I mean.
No. I suppose you weren't the only one either, were you? Because if we're doing stuff...
that was, we weren't alone like that. Most people that were, you know, everybody's done pretty much what we've done. The winter crops have failed. Let's get a spring crop in. The spring crops get caught with frost. And had that frost have been a week later, I don't think it would have been any problem. The roots would have got down and there'd have been a bit of root, and that's what survived, was the stuff that we'd actually done a bit day or two previous, and it was literally days.
Yeah.
Root had got a little bit attached to the soil, and away it went. That had just shitted, it absolutely annihilated.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, so you do have, it throws up some strange things. You know, the last few years, yeah, okay, it's a bit wet this year, but you know, it's what it is.
You wouldn't look at that and say it's wet though, would you now? You wouldn't look at that and think, oh, it's been wet.
No, but if with clay, Matt, the minute you move clay, when it's wet, it will dry.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it will never dry quick enough for you in the spring, not ever.
No.
But the minute you move it, in going into drying conditions, it's just, you don't have a many day window, mate.
No. It goes from sticky, doesn't it? It's sticky and to rock hard
and this is good, you know, we've got much worse dirt than this, much. To me, I don't see a problem there. Most people would look at it and say, Christ almighty, what's he going to do with that? You know, to me it's no great shakes, you leave it now and let the weather do the work.
Yeah.
And what's it cost us? Not a great deal. Keith has run the disc layer through it, the sticker throw tower over it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're sitting waiting for the weather. And it will do a job, mate. And as long as you're shrewd enough to get, you've got to be ready to go, man. You know, if the drill's ready to rock and roll, or we're ready to go.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You try and open this window. If you've got an opportunity, you get it done. And it's a bit the same this February, wasn't it? You know, that opportunity was there in February to go drilling.
Yeah.
Well, on our type of dirt, on what we got and the wetness of what we got,
we'd have been approaching May, wouldn't we?
Anybody that missed the boat in February because they're sat there saying, well, it's a bit too early, it's this, it's that. Yeah, okay, that's great. Spread the risk of it, do some. You know, don't sit there, because then when it turned in wet, you can't do bugger all until frost and what, I've done it again. then you can't do bugger all till the 3rd week of April.
Yeah.
Then you're too late. And especially if you've got a few acres to do, if you've got a lot to do, you know, it's really April to start drilling. To start your acreage on the 3rd week of April is too late.
Yeah, yeah.
And if things are right, if you you know, if the weather conditions are right, Matt, and you actually get if you get an ideal time, then there's no issues, is there?
No.
So if you get an ideal, if you drilled the 3rd week of April and you had some nice showery weather, warm weather, and it continued like that through to harvest with the rain at the right times, it wouldn't depress the yields like it does if you get 6 weeks of dry.
Yeah.
So if you if you have a stroke of luck with the weather, you drill middle of April and you have a bit of luck with the weather, you're not going to see the yield deficit that you would in a more normal year. The trend these days seems to be 5 weeks of a set pattern of weather. So if it comes in wet, you can't guarantee it, but you're going to perhaps get that for 5 weeks. But what we've had lately is 5 weeks of dry.
Yeah. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know what we ran out of, battery or the camera overheated there, so yeah, little insight in what the farmer is always thinking about, you know, when it comes to crops and fields and soil types and fertilizers and crops and break crops and all that. He's got a lot to say on all different things, so maybe we'll do another video with him another day, and it'll just be, you know, crops, fertilizer, break crops, all of it, you know. We'll see if he wants to do that one day. Obviously we're leveling off the field so we can come and spray it in a few days time. There is rain in the forecast, which is good. We're on the 7718. This is the one with GPS, so I've at least got a chance to eat my lunch in this one. We're literally, if you look at what we're driving onto, it's very rough. It's been discorated, so we've been through with the legs, picked it, pulled it up. Keithy said it pulled up really hard actually. We went across this with a spring tine set last spring, and then we drilled it, and then it came very wet, as you remember. The oats didn't do too badly, even though they were laid flat. The machine is out the back there. The guard is spinning. It doesn't affect anything. Basically it's got a set of 2 tines that go into the dirt, and they just rotate backwards and forwards and they mash up the dirt, and then there's a big heavy roller on the back, and it just does a very nice job of leveling off the field. It is not a seed bed. That's not the finished product. What we want to do now is we'd like a nice week of showers to come and soak the top of that, let the rain soak into all the knobbles, and then as they dry they crumble up, and then as we get the drill into it, farmer will spray off all the volunteers, all the weeds, and then as we get the drill through it, it should crumble down into a lovely seed bed for the wheat. That's the theory anyway. We've got our GPS set to about, I think 5.8 is usually. This is a 6 meter power harrow, quite a heavy machine. We've got independent brakes down here for turning on the end. We've got 4-wheel drive in automatic mode, so as soon as we turn the wheel, the automatic, it'll take the 4-wheel drive out, and you can turn nice and easy on the headland then. And I'll show you what I do when I get to the end. We're in the wrong gear, we should be going a bit faster than that. 7k is how fast we're going. It's bumpy. It's just, yeah, unlucky for me, eh? But it's got to be done. We've got a few fields here to do. We're going to start with all the oat fields, and then we will do everything that needs to be, everything that's going to be in wheat. All the set aside that will be left now. It's overwinter stubbles. You cannot touch those fields until May next year, when the farmer will start spraying them off. The ones that were over here last year, we've sprayed them. They've greened up because we've had a wet summer, so they've greened up. We're coming to the end now, so let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come down a gear, There's a bit of a lip onto the gravel driveway there, so we're not actually going to go up, pick up the machine on the arms. We've got auto PTO, so you can hear it all. It's gone quiet for a minute. So the PTO will only engage. I'm using me independent brakes just to help us. And what that does is that brakes that wheel there and swings the tractor around. So, and then back forwards. And then as we drop the machine back down, hit our GPS button, drop the machine back down, and then the PTO starts up again, and we're good to go. Up a gear. It's quite bumpy. So the set-aside fields from last year, we left them all year. May, we were allowed to spray them, spray off all the black grass, all the volunteers. That left a layer on top that we had to then top, you know, all the volunteers and all the dead stuff on top. Then we got some more regrowth because obviously it's showering about all summer. So farmers had to spray it again. And when we get in there, I'll show you, they're quite clean as in terms of weeds and volunteers now. So it looks like it is going to be a good way to control problem weeds and stuff like that. So, but the farmer needs to get onto this field and spray these in about 5 to 7 days, you know, about a week's time. All this green, it looks very good at the moment, but it will green up. We've seen it before. It'll all come back, it'll all reset itself, and anything that wasn't growing should grow. You know, you should get a good kill then. But yeah, this is my life now for the rest of the day. It's very dusty outside, so I'm not going to put the camera out there. And yeah, Keithy and Dave are disc rating. The old man's gone round the cattle. Farmer is going to go and pick up some last hay bales that are still out in the fields. They're going to go and clear that field up, get those put away. That's it. For grass then, they're all picked up. All the bales are picked up. We've just then got to get around the farms with the cultivations and the seed bed prep and all the rest of it. So that's where we are. I will start a new video on Monday because Farmer has kept you guys for long enough, and we should have Daisy and Barry back on the mole plows. They're going up to Peter's farm to mole plow that lot. Yeah, Linda's got hay deliveries coming out of her ears. Farmer's got a bunch of spraying he needs to do. It's very busy, as you can imagine. So yeah, there we go. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll find Four Winds merch down in the description. Get yourself a hat or a t-shirt, be part of the gang. We'll catch you soon. Cheers. You know what bad stuff always happens around me? I think that's going to cut our day short. Right, one shaft okay, one shaft not so okay. What we got going on? Oh. Huh. That's completely sheared it. Right, looks like we're going back to the farm. Never seen that before, but it's the first time for everything. That will be a new shaft, I believe, unless Farmer knows a way around that. Completely sheared off the UJ end. The UJ's alright. So I imagine we'll be able to put a shaft in there. Don't know. It's not my fault. This stuff always breaks around me. It's because I'm doing the most. I was going to do a nicer job in there as well. Right, there we go.